That's what I call running like a sewing machine. Yeah. So this is the Singer 237 portable sewing machine. And I say that with the quotes is because the thing weighs a ton. This is a Singer that I know Singer, made all metal parts or sewing machines and stuff like that. But if you look, it's got the motor on the back. It's got a nice little cute on off light switch that actually really gives some sufficient light. That's real nice. And then you have the little detach wheel for when you want to do your bobbin. My little bobbin wind wheel, it was hard as a rock, so it wouldn't wind up. It's designed, you pull it and then it rolls up against this wheel here, and it will wind the bobbin for you. So it's quite nice. I picked this up. I was doing a service call and I seen this sitting on side the road. It was just in the box. I mean, here's the case. Old school sewing machine, portable case. Well, once I saw the box, I was like, hey, this is possibly a sewing machine. Let's see what's in the box. And so I opened the box, and lo and behold, this is what was there. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's see if it works. So I plugged it up and it sold. But the problem was I couldn't adjust it. You see, from the left or to right, I couldn't do that. And then me trying to do like a zigzag, it wouldn't do that either. You notice that pivot is moving quite well now. Before it was stuck. Like I literally had to get some pliers and manipulate by grabbing the pivot like this and then moving it back and forth. And I would actually use some Singer sewing machine oil. It came with the little carrier, like it was in here. So I was like, hey, cool. I have my own, little sewing machine oil, but I didn't even have to use that. So that was cool. Now, in order to get all of this stuff freed up, I'm gonna show you. One, I had to start lubricating the different joints. So right here, add some oil right here. And then I'm gonna turn, see that hole that shows up? Add some oil there. Then add some oil right there, and some right here. right here. Actually, I need to put some there. Yeah, I need to add a little bit right there. Let me do that. Just a tinge. I'll put 3 drops. That'll be good. And then there's a screw right here. Can you see that? Yeah, see that right there? You can take that out and then add oil there. Then you put some oil right here on this edge right there. I added some oil here, 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 right in there. And then I will just manually move it. I will manipulate it back and forth until I started to get it, until I started to get free. I also took the presser foot pressure knob. Just take it all the way out. Like so. And I just checked in there just to make sure, but I didn't add anything here. Only thing that I did, I added a little bit of oil to the threads here. That way it would thread easier. And then I added some oil right down here. Zoom in. See those gears? Right in there, those are metal gears. So a lot of times we think that when stuff has the metal gears that it makes it better. And to some degree it does. It can be better. But you don't have a safety. So with this machine, you have to service it a little more diligently. I even added oil right here. So I don't know, it's metal. So I went ahead and did that. Then I noticed that the needle here was not perfectly lined up. So in order to get the needle lined up, you need to take this little arm, and there's a screw right here. See that? Unscrew that, and then this will move back and forth, and then you can just, basically you drop your needle down, and look, I'm pretty much centered. On the camera, it looks like I need to do a little bit more. Hold on. Yeah, looks like I need to slightly off. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything because even when I go all the way to the left, it's not bumping. Then when I go all the way to the right, it's not bumping. So I think we're in good shape. I'm not gonna cry over the spilled milk per se. And then now all I gotta do is I'm gonna get me another bobbing rubber wheel, and pretty much the sewing machine will be operational. It's so nice. I mean, it's really not loud. It's quick. Before, if I put it all the way here, it would struggle. But now, it doesn't really have a slow mode. I'm trying to barely press it. just almost just on off. If you really want slow, then you just kind of manually turn it. But for the most part, that's it. Easy peasy. And I just encourage whoever may be watching to really, if you want a cheap sewing machine, go to the thrift store. You can find stuff like this. I mean, the one that I have, the other Singer that you all have seen, maybe, I don't know. I may have just only posted on Facebook. I don't know. But it's the grandchild to this one. So the gear sets in there are kind of not plastic, but I call it plastic. So that means that, let's say something jams, the thing that's going to break is the gears, not the mechanical stuff. It's not going to bend any mechanical stuff or anything like that. So there's a fail-safe that, hey, as they progressed in their production, they were able to see, hey, we might need to put some fail-safes there. And so just in case there's a failure, it doesn't have to be catastrophic. So it's nice to be able to see the innovation that Singer has made throughout the years. And so that's pretty cool. This, I'm not really that much of a fan of, but it does have a reverse. So I think this is pretty cool. Like you can set your stitch length and not have to worry about it going back before, like any longer. You can go up to reverse and then drop it back down and not have to worry about, oh, is it going to be the same stitch length? Because it literally you screw it to that mark that you want it. So that's pretty cool. My other machines, they just have a button for a reverse, which I prefer the most. This is, it's okay. It does have a reverse. There is no automatic buttonhole on this machine. So you got to, it's like a 4-step buttonhole type deal, which is fine. It's fine. That's how I learned how to do buttonholes. So no big deal. But this is the, yeah. Hold on. So it also came with a zipper foot attachment. That's nice. Screwdrivers and a darning foot. Look at that. I've only seen that in the book, but I'm gonna show you how this works. So you just, hold on, let me raise my needle. Okay, look at this. Slide it in place. Boom. Now you can darn. If you want to make, like some letters or crochet looking stuff, you can do it and not have to worry about the feet, the presser foot feet or movement feet or whatever them things called, grabbing the fabric. It'll just glide all the way around. So that's pretty cool. So, then I'm gonna raise it up. Get the workout. It came with a belt and a manual. The 235 manual is in the building, in the box. So I really appreciate that. That's nice. I oiled up some of these mechanical pieces here. It doesn't have the drop-in bobbin, but it has the side feed, which I am perfectly fine with. No big deal. And then you have the little foot here to keep it from opening. It's nice. I'm quite excited about it, and we'll do some sewing with it later on. I'm gonna put all this back together. Boom. It's so easy. You just drop the stuff in place. It already looks like a sewing machine. Put that there. Boom. Perfectly good looking sewing machine. And it works. So very happy with my find. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me. I am Reginald with the East to West Garden, and you all have a blessed whatever time of day it is that you're watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about it. And I really appreciate it. All right. Y'all have a blessed evening. Peace. So I forgot to show some of the sewing stitchery. And this is the finest stitch that I'm about to do right now. I mean, it's crazy fine. I don't even know if it's gonna move. Hold on, let me try it again. There we go. That's cool. And then I'm gonna just make it large. Go all the way full large. Look at that. Gone. So yeah, I'm loving it. And then when I want to put the case away, look at this. Boom. Got a whole case I can put on there and carry it. It's portable, kinda, if you got some strength. All right.